I think the show definitely uh, scratches people's itch for vigilante justice or whatever. I don't know that it really encourages you to. I mean, if I watched this show, I'd be like, Dexter's really fun to spend time with, but man, that looks like a stressful life. I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to live it.
How was for you to be again this character? It's like to use old shoes, but or it's like every time it's a new uh, challenge. Do you learn something new?
Both. I mean, it is like riding a bike to a degree. I mean, the character is in my bones. I've spent a long time considering him and playing him in this world. But it's also, especially this time around, as he's like kind of gotten a second chance at life, it all feels new in its way. And there's a sort of, I don't know, something percolating that feels new and maybe connects him back to who he was when we first met him. So both.
And for you, David, how was to be back to this character after so many years, like not being Batista?
Well, I didn't know how it was gonna be because I had never done this in any other show, and so I was curious about that myself. And what I realized is that with the years that have passed and my experience in life that I was able to bring to Batista this time around with the new information that he has. It's almost like experiencing the character brand new,
Mhm.
yet having the grounded feeling of playing him for the last 20 years.
That's so nice. One thing that is really interesting about the media world now, it's the true crime thing, and people are always talking about serial killers, famous serial killers, and how to not glorify them. Dexter was before it, and people like him. We like Dexter a lot because of the voiceover. We know what is going on in his head. How is for you to play this character who is like a serial killer, but it's nice. People love him, but should not. How is this duality for you?
I mean, I like that it is subversive in that way, or that it paints a morally gray picture, that it invites people to identify with someone who they would, at least in theory, not be inclined to like. Obviously, the kinds of people Dexter targets open the door to rooting for him and having a sense of where he came from and his origin story. I think the show definitely uh, scratches people's itch for vigilante justice or whatever. I don't know that it really encourages you to. I mean, if I watched this show, I'd be like, Dexter's really fun to spend time with, but man, that looks like a stressful life. I wouldn't want to live it. But yeah, it's always painted a morally sort of ambiguous and gray picture, which is, I think, a part of its appeal.
And I one of my Dexter trauma was the Rita scene. She was in the
Yeah.
bathtub. Really trauma. Do you have any scene in the whole show that you remember like every time and you got traumatized by?
That one was traumatic.
Yes.
Deb's death was traumatic. Dexter's brother's death, the early on, was traumatic. Those are probably the three big ones.
Yeah, with me, is La Guelta's death was shocking to me and traumatic. I think that Deborah Morgan was also because we were so close working together, Batista
Hmm.
and Deb. And I think the moment I found out the truth, or at least suspected the truth of Dexter Morgan, was really traumatic for me too, and it actually informs everything that I try to do in Resurrection.
I just want to know how you were dealing with fans because it's enormous. People loves it. How is for you to like so many years dealing with fans?
Well, for me, I love it. I fans, especially now that with the streaming services and new people are watching it. So new people have come up to me to tell me how much they love the show. Just watched it, and I think that that's that's the lifeline of Dexter, is to have people in new generations and new people watching it.
E aí, o que você acha?
I'm back in the New York groove.
Whoa.